Good morning. Welcome back. K24 TV. It is. We are on Relationship Thursday, talking about mapenzi and true love. I've just seen someone saying, I think it was Makombo or someone on Twitter. You're saying that true love exists. Yes, it is Macau Bora, Pole. Macau Bora, you're saying true love is made of truth. Well, I agree with you, because there has to be truth in true, but just how true is that? Well, joining me today is Alton Jumba. He is a TV personality, but most importantly, the CEO of Sleek Events. And Jumba, I liked what you said earlier on in regards to truth while we were on the break. Just repeat that for the audience. When Macau Bora said that true love exists where truth is.
Basically, there's very little truth in marriage or relationships.
Very little.
Very little.
Do you know how many people who are married are watching right now?
I know. I know. But ask them how much of what they do, if today just God decided, I want to put up a big screen and air whatever John or Matthew or Cynthia or Wamboi has been doing in secret, how many marriages will stand?
Okay.
How many? Sometimes when we tell all the truth about ourselves, we kill our marriages.
So are we saying that true love isn't true, and that is what makes it true love?
No, true love is true. As in there's true love.
Okay.
What I mean is there's no 100% truth in marriage.
Okay.
And relationships.
All right.
Most of us don't disclose everything.
I get there is no 100% truth, because number one, we are human.
Yes.
And there's bound to be a margin of error somewhere in our daily lives.
Yes.
But you see, when we say, because you said that there's very little truth.
Yes.
Then I tend to believe, and I tend to feel, I mean, I am in a relationship, I won't lie, in terms of even the way we carry ourselves within ourselves. There are sometimes you will catch your partner on a little white lie.
Yes.
And it's understandable, because it's a little white lie.
Because you're a man, you'll understand.
And even her, she will catch me on a little white lie.
Yes.
And then it passes, and you move on.
But how many times will this be brought back on you?
Okay, now for the women, they have a tape recorder within them, which keeps on reminding you what you did on 12th of February 1986.
Yes.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
Yes.
Yes. But for us guys, we accept and we move on. Yes.
And that's what I mean. Sometimes the lies we tell or the things we keep in us are not necessarily to do with infidelity or any other thing. They're small white lies that we keep and we tell, the secrets that we keep, that I know if my wife got to know about it, I spent 100K on betting and nikagonga inje, it will be an issue.
I lost 100K,
I
like,
lost 100,
babe, you lost 100K.
Yes. So there are some things we don't talk about, we don't share, because they are little things, but they end up being blown out of proportion.
Okay, now getting back to the whole definition again. Sustaining then, that true love. Now that I think we have defined true love in so many ways, and we have agreed there's no one specific definition of true love. True love, I believe, is what you perceive, because if you and your partner, you define your true love as this or your love as this, then I might come in and tell you, apana, jumba, apana, yo yako, apana, and then I'll corrupt things.
Yes.
But are there things then we do to sustain this true love? Things that we hide from our partners, things that we hide from our friends, things that we hide from our families even, you know, to sustain this true love, for it to be true love.
The first thing you do to keep your love burning is loving your wife today as you loved her the first time. Chasing after your girlfriend today as you chased her the first time. You see, when you first saw your wife, you were so attracted to her.
Sure.
What made you to be attracted to your wife?
Looks for me 100. Before I approach you, nitaona venye unakaa, then nifike nijue kama akili yako inaambatana na.
Yes. So there's this misinformed notion that you have to fall in love with character. Character does not show itself
on the first day.
On the first day.
Sure.
So you fall in love with her looks. Now, when you fall in love with these looks, you have to maintain these looks.
Okay.
In order for you to keep being in love with her, to keep being attracted.
I have to maintain the looks, or
Yes,
she has to
both
maintain?
of you.
Okay.
Both of you.
All right.
Yeah? Thing is, we men are conquerors by nature.
True.
We conquer, and then once we've conquered, some will move on to looking for another challenge. Or now some of us will conquer and bring this woman home and decide, okay, now I want to work on this woman that I have.
This trophy of mine.
Yes. So you need to be able to remember the first time you saw your wife. What attracted you to her? What made you want to approach her? How long did it take you to chase after her? And finally, when you got her, how did it make you feel? And do you want to keep on feeling the same way? So partly, 50% is your work to do.
Yeah.
Because I was attracted to these looks. I do not want to be diverted by another woman who has better looks than this. So I have to keep on working on this woman to be the woman that I first saw.
But let's be honest.
Yes.
You will see this beautiful woman.
Yes.
Tomorrow you will see another beautifuler woman.
Yes.
And the next day you will see another even more beautiful woman than the one that you saw yesterday.
Yes.
And then 3 months down the line,
Yes.
you will have seen about 50 other women that you would have been with.
Beautiful women are yet to be born.
And that's the other thing.
50 years, that is why we have 50-year-olds and 70-year-olds who are running with small girls.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But thing is, are you disciplined enough to just settle down with one person?
Okay.
What are you looking for in relationships? There are people who are just looking for fun. You're married, you said.
Yes.
You are looking for a wife.
Yes.
You're looking for a mother
Right.
of your kids. And you have a wife, you have kids with her. So most of the times, this is where our eyes are set.
Okay.
So if your eyes are set on your marriage and your kids and developing them and developing yourself, then yes, we look.
Yeah.
Men have been given eyes. We look. But that is the far you can go.
You appreciate?
You appreciate
Na unasonga mbele.
creations and you move. Sometimes we make fun with my wife. We are driving and I'm like, hey babe, ule dem amebeba. And she's like, yeah, ako
She
sawa.
agrees with you. Anakwambia
ako
hapana.
sawa.
Yule mwingine ndiye
But you
amebeba.
see, you rather have a man,
Yes.
rather have a man who does these things with you than a man who does these things behind your back. Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
But the women who take that as madharau. And again, and you see, these are some of the battles that people will fight. For example, you are that kind of person who will point out a beautiful woman on the streets.
Yes.
But and probably you did that with your ex-girlfriends before you actually settled with your wife.
Yes.
Then one day you try and do that with your wife and she's like, any madharau gani hiyo? Unaweza angalia dem mwingine nikiwa kwa hiyo gari, and you're like, okay babe, I was just joking. I'm just pointing out something. Do you feel like sometimes we also have to conform just to be with the people that we love? Sometimes discarding maybe a behavior or two, but sometimes even discarding part of our personality?
No, you don't have to conform. You don't have to be someone else. You see, this is the problem we always make in relationships and marriages. My wife forces me to be the person that she wants me to be. I am not that person. So I will pretend to be that person when I'm with her, and then when I'm with my boys, then I'll be a different person. Now, when nikiwa na boys of mine now, I will say that, and they will push me to doing it.
Oh.
They will tell you, see, go talk to her.
Chukua namba yake bana.
chukua
Cheza
namba.
kaa wewe.
They'll dare you, they'll put money on the table and say, this money is yours if you go talk to her.
All right.
And that's how it begins.
Hold on. We have Dr. Batha on the line. Like I told you guys, we're joined by Dr. Batha all the way from Daystar University. Daktari, good morning once again.
Good morning, good morning. I can hear you now.
Okay, vizuri. We were just talking about true love and some of the things that we have to do. And with you, I want to talk about sacrifices. What do you think are some of the sacrifices we have to make for true love? For example, do we have to get rid or even kill part of our personality just so that we can be with the person that we love?
Thank you very much for having me again.
All right.
Yes, love. I like what you have said because the other name for love is sacrifice. The other name for love is sacrifice because here are two people who are coming together.
Yes.
From different backgrounds.
Okay.
Different environments. Different upbringing.
Yes.
And they have to learn how to live together peacefully.
Yes.
And so sacrifices have to be made. And so the ideal definition of love is agape love.
Yes.
where you accept the other person unconditionally.
All right.
The other person does not have to change who they are for you to love them.
Okay.
Because when you loved them at the beginning, before even you got married, you appreciated their uniqueness,
All right.
their personality. Maybe it is their character,
Okay.
what you appreciated. So when you get married, that person will not change to what you want them to be. They will remain who they are.
All right.
And that's why sometimes you see couples meet each other with different personalities. One complements the other. You see, the woman is so quiet, the wife is very talkative.
Yes.
Sometimes the wife is very talkative, the woman is quiet. So
Yes.
now they don't have to change for each other. For me to be talkative, if that's not my personality, but my husband or my wife should continue to accept me the way I am.
But Daktari, let me ask you something. On that one, it's a very good example. Leo, you marry a wife who is not talkative, but you're a noisemaker. Personally, I'm a noisemaker, right?
Yes.
So if I am with you, and assuming you're the silent one, don't you think utaanza tu kuongea, ndio at least uni keep company, nisikuwe tu nakuja kwa nyumba, inakaa ni kama mimi ni choir master?
Let me say this.
Yeah?
Once you know your spouse's personality, you learn how to complement each other.
Okay.
It's not necessarily that you keep quiet, but you'll be talking as who you are.
All right.
Yes, and you know, by the way, most couples communicate very well when they're together.
Yes.
The problem is when you want somebody else to be somebody else in presence of other people.
Yes.
Or in the community. But most of the time, that man married that lady because she was humble, she was quiet. That's the way she continued to be in your house. So don't force her to be somebody else.
Okay.
Yes.
Daktari, I remember I was once dumped by a lady, and she gave me conditions. You know, she told me, oh, Mbuvi, you have a vibrant, nightlife. You are a party person. And she told me for us to be together, you have to, ikifika saa sita uko kwa nyumba kama, ikifika 6 jioni lazima uko kwa nyumba kama kuku. Now, and she was telling me in other words, I have to give up that lifestyle. And I was like, but what's the problem? What's the problem with that, Daktari? It is just one thing. Msana hako ananipenda, si ndio?
No, I'm so happy.
I
am so happy that you are what you are.
Yes.
You do not pretend to be somebody else for her.
Okay.
You know, that's what most people do before marriage. If you are an outgoing person, you give yourself to other people, you say in church or you take other people out, wherever.
Yes.
And then they want you to change for her.
Yes.
Never, never, never change for marriage.
Wow.
Because once you get married, you always be in a box.
Where?
You are going to protect your gifts and your talent.
All right.
Because the reason why you are taking other people out is because of who you are. You love people. You want to care for people.
Yes.
You want to give yourself to people.
Yes.
But if your personality is a quiet type, who should be in a career where you are maybe an editor,
yes,
you are not exposed to people, then be that person.
Okay.
But you cannot stop being a politician or being whatever it is God has called you to be because of marriage.
All right.
You have to express your gifts.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Reverend Bertha Kaimeni. We do appreciate your input on the show. You did not give up even when we were having issues. So, asante tena sana. I believe we shall have you again very soon to continue talking about love and
yes,
my vibrant nightlife.
I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you very much, Daktari.
Thank you so much for having me.
Asante. Jumba, you've just heard what Daktari has said. Before you respond to that, let's take a look at some feedback. Bwana director, sijui kama kuna, did we find Clandis? No? Hello? True love exists. The problem is most people want to live in fantasy, and in the process, trying to make fantasy and expectations a reality all goes to drain. Being real and true to oneself and to one's partner and making it intentional to walk down the journey, embracing each other's strengths and weaknesses, being pillars of support to each other, and above all, creating that safe space to coexist. True love is real and it exists. It's not 100% perfect, but it does exist. That sounds like someone who's actually in love. All right. Huyu ni nani? Anasema, hey, I'm JB. True love is a scam. I remember in the year 2018, I had this guy, to be sincere, I loved him so much, considering we had dated for almost 3 months, then realized he was jobless, on contrary to what he had told me. So due to the love I had for him, I moved on with him. I used to provide for him and all this and all that. Then later, after 5 months or so, I found he had a girlfriend, apparently the main chick. So the small cash I shared with him, alikuwa anapea huo msichana. I felt so devastated and it hurt sana. I don't believe on this true love. Actually, I have never recovered. Since 2018, oh yeah, JB. Pole sana, JB. True love is first a genuine and a very undeniable connection between two people. From there, it is getting together intentionally to love and support each other. Finally, it evolves to compromising and purposing to choose this person every other day. And yes, true love exists. Nyambura from Kiambu. Aya, huyu ni nani? Ansemaje huyu? Unfortunately, we live in a capitalistic society. Too much pressure on men, both at home and at work, puts them at an awkward situation in the 21st century. Love has now been reduced to what you have as a man as opposed to who you are as a person. Azingawan. Eish. Gina la nguvu hapo. Thank you guys. Keep on. We'll read some before we bounce. Jumba,
Yeah.
Reverend said something.
Yes.
Do not conform for someone. Do not change yourself for someone. If you have a vibrant nightlife, where is the bambe ban? If this person is going to love you, they might as well love you that part.
Yes.
Unless, of course, you're a destructive person.
Yes.
Unless you're the kind of person who goes out and comes home, destroying property.
Yes.
I think they should let you be who you are.
That's true. And I think most of us make this mistake most of the times. I have seen a certain lady, this is how she behaves. So for me to be able to win her, I have to start going to church. So you are creating false foundations.
Okay.
You will go to church, you will win her, but eventually
You will stop going
you
to
will
church.
stop going to church and it starts being an issue in the home. This lady has just talked about a man who pretended to be working, yet he's not working. Just be yourself. Let the woman you want love you for who you are.
But ni mademu wangapi sahi Jumba ukiwa show that I am jobless? Yeah? How many of those chicks do you think will be like, you're jobless? Okay, that is out of the way, but I love you.
Let's not demonize all women. We
Grace,
have
Grace is the chick behind this camera. Sijui
Yes.
tute Grace aketi hapa na sisi.
yeah, please by all means.
I do not think
Yes.
a lot of women, and to be honest, if there's one chick out there, because apart from JB,
Yes.
who used to support her boyfriend
Yeah.
before she found out that he actually she was a side chick, very few chicks will do that.
Yeah, that's why I said let's not demonize all women.
Okay.
We have women who see your vision. We have women who see your potential.
All right.
And they come in as the support that God purposed them to be. And they push you to where you're supposed to be.
All right.
I can give you an example of Michelle Obama.
Okay.
I can give you an example of my wife. My wife came into my life at a very low point. I was in a very low point, just after my divorce, and I had nothing.
Zero. Okay.
On me. 1 year down the line, we own a home. My business has gone back to its feet, and it's all because of her. Because she came in and said, no, I see something in you that most people are not seeing. So we have women who are not just after your money. They're after you. They are after your soul. They're after your character. They're after what you're capable of becoming.
Yeah.
And they know their role in your life. So I would not want to say all women, but I'll say most of the women will come to you because they see what you have.
I'm sure there's a woman right here saying, most women, what do you mean most women? But it's true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of women deep down,
Yes.
deep down, even those ones, even akina JB,
Yeah.
deep down, kuna kakitu kanawambianga, yani umse amesota.
Huyu jamaa hana kakitu.
Yani umse hana kakitu.
Yes.
Umse hajasoma.
Yes.
Umse hana certificates. Umse ni nani, you know?
But they're the same women who say behind every successful man there's a woman.
Yeah.
So why would they want your money and they do not want to stand behind you when you don't have anything?
Yeah.
They
True
have
story.
to be there with you when you don't have anything so that they can enjoy everything you have when you finally have it.
There's someone who said that true love, you will know true love when you want to rush home to your partner. You cannot wait to see this particular person. When you're at work, you're texting them, hey babe, I miss you. Even when you're in the matatu, you text them, hey babe, nimepanda matatu.
Yes.
When you're stuck in traffic, hey babe, kuna traffic. You know, you keep on updating them about your life because you just want them around you and you want them to know that you're thinking about them constantly.
Yes.
But then again, you do not get the same amount of, you know, response or even same amount of input, so to speak, from them.
Yeah.
How would you define that kind of love?
But you see, in relationships, you cannot depend on whether the other person is working on the relationship or not. You do your part.
Okay.
So doing your part means I have to make you feel comfortable. I have to make you feel peaceful. I will inform you if that is what I think is important to you. I'll inform you where I am, what I'm doing, who I'm with. But how the other party responds is entirely up to them, and this, with time, will tell you if you're in the right place or not.
Okay.
Because you also need to feel reciprocated. When I tell you this is what I'm doing, this is where I'll be.
I just had cake.
Yes, I just want to feel that you would also come in and say, that's good, I'm here with so and so, and I'll be home at this time. This boils down to communication and peace of mind. When we communicate a lot and I know where you are, what you're doing, who you're with, it gives me that sense of security. I know he's in the right place, he's doing the right thing, because we are living in a very unsecured kind of balloon when it comes to relationships.
Okay.
Every time you're not home on time, she thinks you're with someone. She thinks you're cheating. So it is just an assurance that I am. Most of the time when we send these texts and call, and I'm okay, I'm not doing something wrong.
Okay. All right.
So that your mind is at peace.
It's at ease, yes.
Yes.
Is there true love then after infidelity?
Yes, there is.
If you cheat on your partner and then you tell them, hey babe, I know I slept with Nani, but I'm sorry. Do you think after that we can still have true love?
Yes, there is. We can still have true love. Question is, why did your wife cheat? Why did your husband cheat? There are more than enough reasons why people cheat.
Okay.
Sometimes it is something that people just inherit from their line of family. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Hereditary?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Their families
I can inherit cheating from my father or from my mother?
Yes, there are families that just don't get enough of... they just don't get enough
Derek anacheka anataka kuanguka. Derek, when you inherited cheating?
See, as we grow up,
yes,
what we see our parents do impact us for a very long time.
So you say it's an acquired behavior.
Yeah,
okay.
As in it's an acquired inheritance,
Yes.
I call it that. The more women you bring into your home, you teach your son. This is the way to do things.
Yes.
And the more men you introduce to your daughters, that is the same route they will take.
Okay.
Now, sometimes in marriages, we push our partners to cheat by the things we do.
Okay.
So it depends what grounds. I don't believe in pointing fingers.
Yes.
When a couple comes to me and say, this guy cheated or my wife cheated, I ask them, please go and sit down and look back.
Okay.
What did you do that pushed your man to cheat or pushed your woman to cheat?
Okay.
Have you been sexually satisfying your wife? This is one of the major things that makes our women to cheat.
Right.
You're too busy with your work. You do not concentrate on her. You do not compliment her. She wakes up in the morning, prepares herself, dresses up, and she thinks she's looking cute. But you never tell your wife she's beautiful. When she walks out of the house, the watchman tells her, Madam,
leo umeenda kuwakunywa.
And then some women dress up and go out to the office
to get that compliment.
They're looking good. But when they come home, the first thing they do at the door is to pull out their wig and remove everything, and then they look like
Something else.
and tie a leso that says Sengenge ni ng'ombe. So when you're at home, you don't feel attracted to your wife. And when you're out there, when you're at work, your secretary is dressed in a miniskirt and she's so provocative.
Yeah.
So we need to learn to
put the fire into them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Jumba, thank you very much. We've come to the end of the show.
All right.
Really appreciate your input on this.
Yes.
How can people find Slick Events?
Slick Events, we're based in Eldoret. Our headquarters is in Eldoret, but we have an office in Kigali.
Okay.
And you can find us on social media platforms. That is on IG, it's Slick_events. On Facebook, it's Slick Events Planners.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. In case that is Slick with a QUE, right?
Yeah.
All right.
QUE.
QUE, yes. Thank you very much.
Asante.
Thank you, of course, at home. Wale maklande mnani inbox ni sawa. Hizo message nitasoma baadaye. But do stand by because K24 is not done yet, guys. I am actually coming up next with the Daily Brief, taking you through Nyandarua, Kirinyaga, na kwa kina Kigodho Mwangi, sehemu za Nakuru, and of course Mombasa. We'll be right back.